I had catastrophic diarrhea this morning. And I just found out that not everybody does. Here's how I found out. We moved. My wife and I moved to a new place. In the new place, the living room couch is closer to that bathroom than it was in the old place. So the second day we're there, I go in there, I do my thing. When I walk out, my wife is no longer sitting on the couch. She's now standing, holding car keys. And she goes, "Do you need to go to the hospital?" And I go, "For what?" She goes, "For what just happened in there." And I go, "What just happened in there?" She goes, "Is that normal for you?" And I was like, "I don't even remember what happened, so I guess so." She goes, "Jesus, how often do you shit like that?" And I was like, "Every day." She goes, "Oh my God, is there blood in there?" There could be, I don't know. I just go, "Whap," and I hit flush. She goes, "You don't look at it?" And I go, "Where am I supposed to look? It's everywhere. You want me to look at each individual piece?" No, I paint the bowl and then I wash it away. That's how I found out at 34 years old that not everybody has diarrhea every day. I feel like, wives have to get in one last jab, too. Because, first of all, this wasn't even an argument. This was a conversation, and she won the conversation, okay? She did. I feel horrible about my digestive system. You win. It's settled. I'm sulking on the couch. She's going to leave this day, right? And she stops at the door. She's leaving the house, and she goes, "You know you're probably going to die." And I was like, "Cool, babe, have a good day. I'll see you when you get home." You know the best part about being married is? You get to stop pretending. And that's what fucking dating is. It's an act. You're on Broadway. For however long you're dating, you're doing an act. And it looks exhausting. This way, if you're dating, you've ever been out in public and you see married people look at you like this, and you're like, what the fuck are they looking at? They're tired for you. It's an act, and it's exhausting. You see it all. Dating is a guy going, "Just so you know, I'm this guy." And the girl's like, "Well, just so you know, I am this girl." And then you get married, and you're like, "So can we knock this shit off?" And she goes, "I hope so, because I got to fart pretty bad." I've actually had to fart for like 4 years. Let that fart out. Sexually liberating to get married. It is. It really is, especially for men, because here's what happens. When you start dating somebody, your first thing is like, all right, you see the girl and you're like, I want to get in there. That would be, or however you phrase it in your head. All right. Right? And then you go on a few dates, and as you get closer to the act, the magical act happening, a lot of times a woman will ask a guy, she'll be like, "Oh, so like, what are you into? What do you like?" And this is when a man's brain goes, "Don't scare her. You could fuck this up for us." So we lie to you, and we're like, "Oh, I like to hold hands, and I like if you go on my neck, that's cool." Then you get married, and you're like, "I want you to yank on my ball bag like you're stuck at sea, and this is the only motor that's gonna take you home." A lot of girlfriends can't handle that shit. Girlfriends will be like, "Oh, what?" But a wife will go, "That it?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I get you for like 50 years. She's like, "Yeah, I'll spit butter in your ass. Whatever you want, man." Or whatever, margarine, I don't know, whatever you're into is fine. Olive oil. You find the longer you're with somebody, you're like, everybody has something. Everybody has something weird and kinky and different. Everybody, and you suppress it and you go like, "Oh my God, if anybody knew, oh my God, I would fucking die if somebody knew." Everybody has something. And you're like, "No, not everybody. What about Jim? He wears a blazer." Jim too. Jim likes to be hit in the nuts with a wrench, okay? Jim's out of his fucking mind. I tour the country. I ask people all the time. I hear shit, you cannot make this. I was at a show, I asked people in the audience, like, what's your fucking craziest thing? And a lady in the front row, she goes, I have one. And I go, what is it? And she goes, oh, never mind. What is it? And she goes, all right, I like to think of different scenarios in which to kill my husband. And I was like, damn. And he was sitting right there, and he was like, that's what's up, that's what she likes. I was like, really? And she was like, oh yeah. I go, you go, I'm super horny. I had the best dream. You were floating in the pool, and then I threw a cement block at your head. And she goes, that would be a great one. Same show, I swear, a lady goes, I have one. And I go, what is it? And she goes, I like to sit on my husband's face. And I go, that's not that unique. You can't really claim that that's your weird thing. And she goes, yeah, but I only like to feel his eyelashes against my butt cheeks. And I was like, what? And she goes, mm-hmm. And I was like, I didn't even know that was the thing. And she's like, oh yeah, like where the fuck have you been? And I'm like, what if he like, sneaks a lick, like that? And she goes, I go, no! I just want to feel squink, squink, squink. I got into online shopping recently. I guess that's a thing. Here's what I've been doing though. I shop for things that are like way out of my price range. And then after a while I go, oh yeah, I can't afford that. Like today I was looking at yachts online, and then I was telling myself I didn't want them as if they were an option, I was like, 155 feet, that's not even big enough for all my friends and family. I'm not getting that shit. What the fuck am I doing? You ever do that? You ever go down like a rabbit hole online and then like 6 hours have gone by and you're like, I'm shopping for the private jet that best suits my needs. I think I found, this is it right here, the G550. How much is this? Place order, $53 million. Well, maybe not now, but maybe later. I'll just bookmark that shit for now. You know what that is? That's a sense of entitlement. That's me thinking I should be associated with this thing, and I haven't earned it. I haven't, neither of you, but also me. Here's all I'm saying. I can't tell you where to go. I can tell you where not to go. Wherever they film the first 48 on A&E. Oh, if you're not familiar with the show, here's what it is. Camera crews follow real homicide detectives for the first 48 hours after a murder. And the reason that that time distinction is so important is that after 48 hours, they give up on that murder. They're like, that's some old shit. What do you want to do today? You're like, how about you keep trying to solve that murder, man? That shit happened on Monday. It's Wednesday. We're not going to solve that shit. Really. There are so many amazing moments on that show. So many. A lot of the episodes take a similar path. I'm blown away, first of all, at how many times there's a witness to a murder. It's crazy. I always thought murders happen in dark alleys. Nobody saw shit. No. Every other episode, they're like, you see that shit? And the guy's like, I saw that shit, yeah. Where? Right fucking here. Really, I was standing here, and then he killed that dude there. Like, what'd he look like? He was like 5'2" to 6'8", something like that. And they're like, that's the fucking description you're gonna give us? Uh-huh. Anything else about him? Yeah, he had ears too. Thanks, man. No problem. They still will sketch that shit out. And they show it to people. Do you know this guy? And everyone's like, nah. But then one guy will be like, yeah! That's Cricket right there! You're like, oh shit. You know him? I've been knowing Cricket 27 years! What's his real name? Man, that's just Cricket. I don't even know. Stop being white and weird. That's a perfect fucking impression, and you know exactly who that was, okay? Yeah, it's a black guy, and he's wearing a wife beater, and he's got on a dirty hat, and he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And he looks like he's about 33, but you find out he's 76 years old. And he speaks super aggressively to the cops. Like, I've been out here for a minute! And they're like, all right, Jesus Christ. When was the last time you saw him? He came through with jellyfish last week. They were looking for some smoke. And they're like, all right, Jesus Christ. They always cut to the whitest detective from that guy, too. They cut from that guy to the guy who's like, I don't think he's gonna help us out. We're gonna have to find Cricket on our own. That show has the best moment in television. It's the most dramatic thing you could ever see, because it's real life, and that is the interrogation. The interrogation is amazing, because here's the thing about drama. If you want to have a great, dramatic moment, raise the stakes. Guess what? There's no higher stakes than somebody being questioned about taking somebody else's life. It's inherently compelling television. It is also super serious. But the detectives insist on using the suspect's street name, so the whole thing turns into a fucking cartoon. Like, they're literally like, your life is on the line. We need to talk to you. Why don't you have a seat? Little Stank, why don't you sit down for a second? Did you or did you not know Dookie Shoes? I don't know no Dookie Shoes. I got a picture of you hanging out with Dookie Shoes. I mean, I seen them. I don't know. And then they'll throw one bit of evidence against the wall, hoping it'll solve the case. They'll be like, well, we were talking to Namin, and he said that you were at the 7-Eleven last week. And he'll be like, yeah, I shot him in the face. And you're like, God damn, really? That's all it took to break you? Dude, lie. Lie for longer. You can kill somebody, you can't lie for 10 fucking minutes about it? Like, dudes will break on anything. They'll be like, we heard you had on a blue shirt last Friday. Yeah, I stabbed those 4 people. Dude, a lot of people have blue shirts, man. You can still get out of this. Here's what I've learned watching that show, okay? Lawyer up. You can't handle that shit. Everybody's like, I'm gonna talk to the cops and straighten this whole thing out. You're gonna do 25 to life. Have fun with that, man. Nobody asked for a lawyer. I've seen 300 people get interrogated on this show. 2 of them were like, can I talk to a lawyer? And both times the detectives were like, fuck!